Hallelujah. I want to talk to you from the bottom of my heart. First of all, I want to thank all of you that have been standing with us in all the different ways. In prayer, in giving, in encouragement, and in many other ways. I want to thank all the internationals who may be joining us by streaming. We thank God for the technology. I want to thank those that have believed from all around the world in the nations and raised a prayer calling forth Gideon. That's been a great manifestation of faith and love. And I want to thank faith. You will not know until much later what a role you have played in the life of the church in this nation. I have ever been in this position before. With my first wife. By then she was not my wife. She was a member of a team, a gospel team I was leading. At one time we were going through a lot of struggles, and the Lord was constantly rebuking us. And He warned us that if nothing changed and changed immediately, a soul is going to be removed from our midst. And one of those evenings, we got together to pray around 6 and He spoke to us so deeply, rebuking each one of us and revealing secrets we were all hiding in our hearts. And He said, today I gave and I'm going to remove. One of you is going. I will not go into the details. But Prosekisache was taken away from us. The process is long. I don't want to go into that. We cried. We pleaded before she left, before she was taken away.
We cried and well before she was taken.
And we were all surrounding her. My sister Rose Nsimbi is here and she is witness. Others have gone already to be with the Lord. And she came out, she left with all of us watching. And the immediate reaction was devastation. We cried, wailed, we threw ourselves all over. And she fell down she was on her knees and she fell down on her face. So her body was really folded like that. And at some point I reached a decision in my heart. I said, Lord, you are sovereign. There's no way we are going to deal with this. At that time there was a lot of persecution against us in Nakaseke. And I thought, Lord, what are they going to do to us
Nengane y'Mukama kaakati bano banaagenda
when they
batukolera
find
ki?
the dead body amongst us in the morning?
Bwe banaatusanga n'omulambo ku makya
How shall we explain it?
tunaabinyonnyola tutya?
What will we say?
Era tunaabagamba ki?
Even to our own believers, converts.
Neffe bennyini bano tubadde tusumba
What
tunaabagamba ki?
shall we say?
Tubatandikirewa.
We are going to ask, what were they doing?
Bajja buuza nti mwabadde mukola ki?
How did one of them die?
Omuntu yabafuddeko atya?
And I moved from one to another of our team.
Ne ngenda ku muntu omulala yali gwe tukolereza
We
naye.
were about 10 people.
Twali abantu nga 10.
And I said, please,
Ne mugamba wange
please,
bambi
hope against hope.
essuubi wetasuubirira
Pray for resurrection.
saba Mukama azuukize.
And they began to shout prayers.
Batandika okuleekaana nga
And I
basaba.
said,
Ne bagamba
shh,
abange nedda.
don't shout the prayers.
Temusaba nga
Pray
muleekaana.
from the heart.
Musabe kuva mu mutima.
We don't want people to hear us
Abeebweru tetwagala batuwulire
talking about resurrection.
nga tugamba azuukire.
And we prayed,
Ne tusaba
groaning prayer.
nga tusaba okusaba okw'okusinda.
I remember we were walking,
Njuka twali
Up and
tutambula
down.
nga tuva eno tudda eri.
and I remember I would take like 30 minutes to walk from here to that red carpet,
Naye njuka natwalanga eddakiika nga 3 okuva wano okutuuka ku kiwempe ekyo
pleading with the Lord,
nga neegayirira Mukama.
bringing all reasons, Lord,
Nga
you
muwe ensonga zonna.
cannot allow this.
Nga mugamba Mukama kino toyinza kikiganya.
We prayed like that for 8 hours.
Twamala essaawa nga 8 nga tusaba.
And then I realized
Munnange n'enkizuula
when a person dies,
omuntu bw'afa
there is rigor mortis.
wabawo okukyusibwa,
Waliwo okukakanyala kw'omubiri.
wabawo okukakanyala kw'omubiri.
I imagine, what if in the morning people come
Ne ŋŋamba watya abantu bwe
and
banaatukeera
find her body in that shape,
basanga ng'omubiri gwe gwakakanyadde
rigid?
nga gwonna mukakanya.
What will happen? Are they going to force the bones and break them?
Banaakwata mbazi bagolola amagumba?
I said, we must do it now.
Ne nga haka tukikole kati.
I went on one by one.
Kati ne ŋŋenda omu ku omu.
I said, let's get together.
Ne bagasooka tukuŋŋaane
Let us stretch her.
tumugolole. Tukuŋŋaana
We knelt down,
ne tufukamira.
and no one wanted to touch her body.
Tewaali n'omu yali ayagala kukwata ku mubiri gwe.
So we began to pray and say, Lord, you are sovereign. We worship you. We give you glory. We give you honor. We're just worshiping him.
Ne tutandika okutendeeza n'osinza Katonda.
And at that time,
Mu kiseera ekyo
I can't explain it all.
sinza kibinnyonnyola byonna.
There was an earthquake, but a very, very, very brief one.
Ne wajjaabawo nga musisi naye nga mumpi.
There was that shaking.
Waliwo okukankana awo.
I don't even know whether it was an earthquake. I don't know. It was something beyond my explanation.
Simanyi oba yalina musi kinnyonnyolekeka.
And in that middle of the earthquake, of that
Nakati
noise and shaking,
g'ekikankana okukankana okwo
there was a loud cry,
n'abawo omulango omunene
a loud shout,
n'okulekana
and it
okw'amaanyi
was inside where we were.
naye nga kwali wakati
I remember
munda
I
we
opened
twali.
my eyes,
Njukira nga n'okubikkula
and
amaaso.
this is what I saw.
Kino kye nalaba.
Every one of us could testify what I saw.
Buli kino amasobola okukiweera obujulizi naye kanjule ku kye nalaba.
Process body
Omubiri gwa Prose
was no longer on the ground.
gwali tegukyali wansi,
It was up in the air,
gwali waggulu mu bbanga
stretched out.
nga gugoloddwa.
And as I looked, it began to fall back.
Ngenda omutunuulira bwe kutandika okukka.
And I knew it was going to hit the ground.
Ne mmanyi ogenda kuba wansi.
I was in fear.
Natya
I was wondering what is going on.
nga neebuuza ki ekigenda mu maaso,
But I stretched out my hand
naye nagolola emikono gyange
for her to fall in my hands.
yagwa mu mikono gyange.
Some of our team ran away.
Abamu kwe twali nabo badduka.
Others did what I did. They put forth their hands,
Abalala baakuddakiika nga nnambanga tuna kyakwogera.
looked at her,
Twamutunuulira.
and then suddenly she did.
Ndagirawo nassa ekikoowo ekiwanvu
And she began to breathe.
n'atandika okusoomokka.
Glory to God.
Ekitiibwa kiddire Mukama.
Let me not go into other details.
Kanneme bigenda mu buziba.
But I remember the Lord spoke to me
Njukira Mukama yogera nange.
and said, give her water to drink,
N'agamba muwe amazzi anywe.
but give her drip by drip.
nemuwa ttondo ku ttondo,
because she's been through a lot.
kubanga ayise mu bingi,
She passed through the wilderness,
ayise mu ddungu,
and she has tasted the thirst that I had on the cross.
era alozezza ku nnyota gye nalina ku musaalaba.
So feed her with very, very small drops of water.
Mumuteekemu amatondo g'amazzi.
She took a long time to even show real consciousness.
Yalwonawo okulaga nti ddala azza engulu.
And when she eventually was able to speak,
Oluvannyuma bwe yasobola okwogera,
she could only whisper.
ng'ayogera mu kaama.
And I remember I put my ears on her mouth.
Era nzukira nassa amatu ge ku
And
kamwa
this is
ke.
what she said.
Yaŋŋamba bw'ati
I have seen the Lord,
nti ndabye Mukama
and I have found grace.
era nzudde ekisa.
That is what she said.
Kye yaŋŋamba.
Bw'oba okikubira mu ngalo kizibeereza Yesu.
If you're clapping, please clap for Jesus.
Later on, like a day later,
Nga weese olunaku nga
after she had
lulamba
rested,
ng'amaze okuwummula,
she began to tell us what she had seen
yatandika otugamba bye yali alabye
as she went up.
mu kulinnya okugenda waggulu.
And it was so scary.
Byali bitiisa,
The demon-like beings chasing after her.
ng'emizimu gimugoba.
And then eventually it turned around and she was in another world.
Oluvannyuma n'agenda okwezuula ng'ali mu nsi ndala.
And she began to tell us about heaven,
N'atandika otugamba ku by'eggulu,
about angels,
ne bamalayika,
about the streets
n'enguudo eziriyo
of gold that were transparent. You could see endlessly into the street.
eza zaabu nga ziringa ndabirwamu olaba obutakoma.
About gardens so beautiful beyond explanation.
Era yatunyumiza ne ku nnimiro ennungi ezitannyonnyolekeka.
About voices singing and filling the air with worship, and yet they are not shouting.
Yatugamba ku malobooza agajjudde mu bwengula nga gasinza.
And eventually into the throne room of the Lord.
Era n'oluvannyuma n'atuuka ku nnamulondo ya Mukama.
She described what she saw.
Yatunnyonnyola bye yalaba.
She described what she saw of the Lord seated on the throne,
Yategeeza yalaba Mukama ng'atudde ku nnamulondo,
and how he began to open the books.
n'engeri gye yatandika obbikkula ebitabo.
The recording of this is available in our media department.
Bino twabikwata mu butambi era abakwasi baffe babirina.
She later showed how she couldn't pass the mark,
Era oluvannyuma atugamba nti yapimwa naye obubonero nga bubulako.
and she was like given up to hell,
Era yali aweereddwayo okugenda mu Geena.
and she was escorted in that direction
Bamuwerekera omutwala
until the heat began to leak her body.
mpaka lwatandika n'okubuulira ku muliro oguva mu Geena.
Not only her outer body, but even the inside.
Ate nno ng'omuliro tegumwokyabwokya ku ngulu naye ne munda nga mweguli.
Long story short,
Kambiyite mu lukwakwayo,
she had a voice calling her,
yawulira eddoboozi nga limuyita.
and she had no power. She had fallen down,
Naye nga takyalina n'amaanyi agudde.
and she felt power enter her body,
Bwe yawulira eddoboozi n'awulira amaanyi nga gamuyingira,
draw her back.
ne limuzzaayo.
And when she came back to the angel said to her,
Bw'akomawo eri malayika, malayika n'amugamba,
you have found grace before the Lord.
ozudde ekisa mu maaso ga Katonda.
Eventually, all of it over, the Lord sent her back
Oluvannyuma lwa byonna Mukama yamusindika
with
n'adda.
very specific messages.
Naye ng'alina obubaka obw'enjawulo bw'amuwadde.
Told her
Yamugamba,
it's going to be for a short time,
nange atogenda kulwayo gye nkujjozze,
and I'll call you again.
nja kuddamu nkuyite.
Make sure that time
Fuba okulaba nti mu kiseera ekyo
you are ready.
ojja bba weetegese.
You are ready.
Fuba olaba nti weetegeka.
When Prose came
Prose
back,
bw'ajja, bw'akomawo,
that was 1988.
yali 1988.
She stayed with us for 10 years.
Yamala naffe emyaka 10.
And 1989,
Mu 1999
in May,
Ogwokutaano,
the Lord took her again.
Mukama n'amutwala.
It all happened, I'll not go into details, but for a week,
Byonna byabawo naye okumala wiiki
the
nnamba,
Lord called us away for a fast.
Mukama asooka n'atugala tusiibe.
And we were in our bedroom, just two of us.
Ffe ababiri twali mu kisenge kyaffe,
And every day,
naye nga buli lunaku
he would come down
nga Mukama akka
and speak to us.
n'ayogera naffe.
At first it was just about our lives,
Okusooka tugabikwata ku bulamu bwaffe,
and then
oluvannyuma
about the church,
n'atubula eb'ekkanisa,
about the work,
eby'omulimu,
about the warfare,
olutalo,
and said, be ready.
n'atugamba
I was
mwetegeteeke.
talking to somebody and I was telling, I remembered later
N'adde nagungamba nti nzijukira
when he
oluvannyuma
would be talking to me,
bwe yabanga alina
he
kyaŋŋamba
would mention mainly, say, this is going to happen, be strong.
nga ŋŋamba kino kigenda bbaawo naye guma,
You need to handle it like that.
weetaaga kikwataganya bw'oti.
Things are going to happen like this, but when they do, this is how you have to act.
Bintu bigenda bbeerawo naye bwe bibangawo ojja
But when he
bikola
spoke
bw'oti.
to her,
Naye wayogera naye
he would say, clean up,
nga ye amugamba weerongoose,
remove this,
bino byeggyeko,
remove that.
weetereze,
This has been with you a long time.
kino oludde nakyo,
Get rid of it.
weegogole.
He was not talking to her about the work
Nga ye tamugamba bya mulimu
and the future.
na bya mu maaso,
He was talking to her about the state of her life.
ng'amugamba ku mbeera ya bulamu bwe.
And I never noticed it at that very moment.
Naye mu kiseera ekyo saakirabangawo nga
Until much
kikole,
later.
nkizuula luvannyuma.
It was from Monday,
Kyava ku
Wednesday.
bbalaza paka olwokusatu.
On Thursday.
Ku lwokuna
Was it on Thursday?
lwali lwakuna,
It was Monday to Thursday.
kyali kuva bbalaza paka
Friday,
lwakuna.
we decided, let us go to church
Ku lwokutaano tugamba tugende ku kanisa
and tell the church what the Lord has been speaking to us.
tutegeeze kanisa Mukama yabadde atugamba.
Mr. Michael Chimuli, you see, I can witness to that.
Musumba Michael Kimundooza kino
We
ekijjukira.
went and spoke to the church.
Twagenda tubaako bye tubagamba.
And then Saturday,
Kati ku lwomukaaga
we called the ministers, the leading ministers, to come home.
ne tuyita
Says
abakulembeze abaali
Nabdede, Mr. Nabdede, you
abaweereza
all
bajje.
here, you can testify.
Musumba Nabudde ndowooza ojjukira waliwo.
And God had revealed to us in the week
Mukama yali atulikuddemu ke yasooka
that we
ey'okusiiba
had been infiltrated
nti twali twasenserwa
by a satanic agent,
ababaka b'omubi,
and he was right in the inner circles.
ate ng'omubaka ono yalina wakati mu
And he
ffe.
had revealed that to us.
Ekyo yali
But
akitubikkulidde.
when we went to church,
Naye bwe twagenda mu kanisa
we did not mention who it is.
tetwamwogera yali
But when
ani.
we called the ministers home
Kati wayita abaweereza bajja awaka
and we began to talk about everything.
tandika okwogera ku nsonga ez'enjawulo.
I remember it was Michael Chimuli who started and said, but there's something I am not sure about.
Nzirikali Musumba Michael yasooka okwogera nga bane waliwo kyesitegeera
And he
bulungi.
began to talk about this person who had infiltrated them.
N'atandika okwogera ku muntu eyali atusensedde.
Eventually,
Era
everyone
oluvannyuma
spoke and it was clear. People had been seeing things, people had been sensing things, but no one was speaking.
buli muntu n'atandika okwogera ng'olaba ebintu baabiraba dda naye nga teri anyega.
That very evening,
Akawungeezi ako
my
kennyini
mother came to visit.
maama yajja okukyala.
Saturday evening.
Lwali lwamukaaga akawungeezi.
That night,
Kiro ekyo
we prayed,
ne tusaba.
and Prose had low blood pressure.
Pressure ye yali wansi.
We went to hospital.
Tugenda mu ddwaliro
They treated her.
ne bamujjanjaba
We stabilized.
n'etereera
We came back home,
tukomewo eka
and again it started.
n'eddamu n'ekyankalana.
And eventually, her body was beginning to get very cold.
Oluvannyuma omubiri gwe gwatandika okunnyogoga
She was warm up, but the legs were cold.
nga waggulu ayokya naye ng'ebigere
I
binnyogoga.
panicked. I started saying, "What do we do?"
Ne ŋŋamba ne nkubira nsonga ne mugaa
I
tukoze tutya.
called Sanabdere, Edith Musisi, and others,
Nakubira abantu ab'enjawulo essimu
and they came.
ne bajja.
And okay, Edith is the one who came.
Edith ye yajja ndowooza.
We took Prose to Lubaga Hospital.
Prose twamutwala Lubaga mu ddwaliro.
Got there and they delayed. They said first pay, and we had to first sort out the money.
Twatuukayo ne tudda mu misoso ate nga tulina kwetereza okufuna kuwaayo ssente.
Eventually,
Oluvannyuma
we got in,
tuyingira
and the doctors were saying,
sawo n'agamba
they said to Edith and the others,
naga Edith n'abalala
it's too late.
mukeereye
She has just passed away.
yakakutuka.
I said to Edith, take the children back home.
Ne ŋŋamba Edith nti abaana bazzeeyo eka.
And the doctors were still trying to resuscitate her.
Abasawo ne bagezaako okumupika.
Afterwards, they say to me,
Oluvannyuma ne baŋŋamba
very sorry, Pastor.
Musumba bambi kibi nnyo
It's too late. We cannot bring her back.
tetukyalina kye tuyinza kuzza.
I said, okay, get out.
Naye nga kale mufulume.
Get out.
Fulume.
I had all the faith in my heart.
Mu mutima gwe nalina okukkiriza kwonna.
I have ever seen this.
Ekyo nali nkirabyeko
I can see it again.
era nsobola okuddamu n'ekiraba.
And they got out.
ne bafuluma.
I stretched my hands to lay on her.
Ne ngola emikono gye mussaako emikono.
And a voice said to me,
Eddoboozi naliŋŋamba,
no.
Nedda.
I said, what?
Ne ŋŋamba wangi.
He said, no.
Ne liŋŋamba nedda.
Don't do it.
Tokikola.
It's the time.
Bwe budde.
I knew it was over.
Nali mmanyi bikomye awo.
It was like an arrow of pain pierced my heart.
Kalinga akasaale k'obulumi akaafumita omutima
To
gwange.
think
Okulowooza.
it's over.
Ti bikomye wano.
Why am I sharing this with you?
Ki ekikuŋŋambya bino?
I don't share this easily. In many places I go, I don't share this.
Sibigamba nga binyangula kuba sitala byogera.
Because I have seen a manifestation and a display of faith
Ndabyeko ku kwolesa
in the
okukkiriza
last few days.
mu nnaku entono eziyise.
And I really honor that.
Era ekyo nkiwanya
And
ekitiibwa.
I know it's not in vain.
Era mmanyi si kya bwereere.
I know it's the work of the Holy Spirit.
Mmanyi mulimu gwa Mwoyo Mutukuvu.
My heart grieves that some people may end up losing their own faith because of expectations not being met.
Omutima gwe gusinda nti abamu okukkiriza kwabwe kuyinza okufiira ddala olw'okuba kye babadde bakkiriza tebakirabye.
And I just wanted to affirm to you
Njagala bakakasa
my own case.
mbagamba
The
ensonga
God
eyo
who heard our prayers to raise back Prosi
nti Katonda yawulira essaala zaffe bwe yazza
is
Prosi
the
mu
God who
gyaffe.
said to me, no,
Nti ate omu Katonda eyaŋŋamba nti aya kuluno tosaba.
don't do it.
Tokikola, tomusaako emikono.
Are you with me?
Tuli ffenna.
I want to read a scripture
Kansome ekyawandiikibwa
in the book of Ecclesiastes.
mu kitabo ky'omubuulizi.
It is in chapter 3
Essuula ya 3
from verse 1
olunya olusooka
to verse 8.
paka olw'omunaana.
It says, to everything there is a season,
Buli kintu kyonna waliwo ebiro
a time for every purpose under the heaven,
n'ebiseera ebya buli kigendero ekiri wansi w'ensi.
a time to be born
Waliwo ekiseera eky'ozaalibwa
and a time to die,
n'ekiseera eky'okufa,
a time to plant
ekiseera eky'okusiga
and a time to pluck what is planted,
n'ekiseera eky'okusiga okula ekisimbiddwa,
a time to kill
ekiseera eky'okutta
and a time to heal,
n'ekiseera eky'owonya.
a time to break down
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okumenyeka
and a time to build up,
n'ekiseera eky'ozimba.
a time to weep,
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okukaaba
a time to laugh,
n'ekiseera eky'oseka.
a time to mourn
Waliwo ekiseera
and a
eky'okukungubaga
time to dance,
n'ekiseera eky'ozina.
a time to cast away stones
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okukasuka
and a time to gather stones,
amayinja n'ekiseera eky'okugakuŋŋaanya.
a time to embrace,
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okunywegera
a time to refrain from embracing,
n'ekiseera eky'okweziza okunywegera.
a time to gain
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okufuna
and a time to lose,
n'ekiseera eky'ofiirwa.
a time to keep
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okukuuma
and a time to throw away,
ate n'ekiseera eky'ossuula.
a time to tear
Waliwo ekiseera eky'oyuza
and a time to sow,
n'ekiseera eky'okubudaabuda.
time to keep silence
Waliwo ekiseera eky'osirika
and a time to speak,
n'ekiseera eky'okwogera.
time to love
Waliwo ekiseera eky'okwagala
and a time to hate,
n'ekiseera eky'okukyawa.
a time of war
Waliwo ekiseera eky'olutalo
and a time of peace.
n'ekiseera eky'emirembe.
Is this your God?
Ono ye Katonda wo?
Yakola bino byonna.
Is the one who does all this?
Is he the same God who is in charge of all these diversities?
Ye Katonda y'omu wa bino byonna eby'enjawulo?
Is he the God who gives?
Ye omu y'agaba
And is he the God who takes away?
ng'ate era n'atwala.
How does he feel when he's taking away from us?
Awulira atya ng'atuggyako by'atuwadde?
I don't know.
Simanyi,
But he's God.
naye Katonda
And he still reigns.
akyafuga.
Very quickly, I want to bring up a few more points and then I'll be done.
Mangu ddala kanyongera ensonga ntono n'amaliriza.
I want to talk about Gideon more specifically.
Mu ngeri enjawulo njagala okwogera ku Gideon.
Gideon has been amazing.
Gideon abadde yeewuunyisa.
Indeed, amazing.
Yeewuunyisiriza
There are
ddala.
many things that you may not know out there
Bingi mmwe muyinza obba nga temumanyi.
that we know only internally in the home.
Ffe bye tumanyi ng'ab'omunda.
You know, before God makes a person known to the world.
Omanyi Katonda nga tannabikkulira muntu beebweru.
There are many things he does inside.
Waliwo by'asooka okukolera munda.
And those around begin to see them.
Kati abamu ebulunguluddwa baaba okusigatandika obbeera ne babiwulira.
To feel them.
Ne babiwulira.
To wonder
ne beewuunya
about them.
By
the time the world begins to recognize that something is special about this person,
ensi watuukira okwewuunyiza omuntu
working for long.
Katonda aba yatandika dde omukolamu omulimu.
Amen.
Amina.
One of the things I really thank God for Gideon's life
ekimu ku binneebaliza obulamu bwa Gideon
is the ministry order of Melchizedek.
bwe buweereza bwa order of Melchizedek.
At a very tender age,
emyaka nga ikyali mito ddala
he started this work.
yatandika
I
omulimu.
remember he came and spoke to me,
ajja nayogera nange
and I quoted to him what John the Baptist said.
namujuliza Yokaana Omubatiza kyeyayogera
A man will not allow anything except that which the Lord has given.
nti omuntu alina kyasobola kyonna okugyawo nga Mukama
I
akiganyizza.
said, follow your heart.
namugaa agobera omutima gwo.
If you strongly feel it's of God,
bw'oba owulira ddala mundamu gwe nti kiva wa Mukama,
follow your heart.
omutima
And
gugoberere.
I remember many times he would say, come and speak to us.
njuga emindi mingi yampitanga okwogerako nabo.
We meet every, I think, Thursday.
oba basinkanaga buli Lwakuna.
And I said, Gideon,
nemugaa Gideon,
I will come
nja kujja
at the right time.
mu budde obutuufu.
But as of now,
naye mu kiseera kino
you are the sower
kaakati gw'okyali ku ntikko.
and you are the one to water that seed.
gw'osiga ate era gw'olina okufukirira.
It's amazing how much of that fruit
kyewuunyisa kigera ki ekibala ekyo
is standing today.
bwe kiyimiriddemu olwaleero.
There are many people, even at 50 years, who cannot look back and show this is what I've done.
abantu bangi ne ku myaka 5 tayinza tutunulaganaga nti guno gwe mukululo gwange.
And these are the lives I have impacted.
n'akugamba nti gundi ne gundi oyo baalabira ku nze.
Or these are the lives I have envisioned.
oba naga nti okwolesebwa kwange abo bakwetisse.
We thank God for that.
naye twebaza Mukama olwa kino.
Gideon not only influenced this ministry, order of Melchizedek,
Gideon takoze mu njawulo yokka mu buweereza bwa order of Melchizedek.
he began to make an impact in the nations.
yatandika n'okukola enjawulo mu mawanga.
The first time he traveled to Korea,
bwe yasooka ogenda e Korea
he led a team.
yakulembera ekibiina.
And when they were there,
baba bali eyo
the Lord would minister through him prophetically.
Mukama yaweerezanga okuyitamu mu ngeri ya bunnabbi.
Things that I later heard about and I was amazed.
ebintu bye nawulira oluvannyuma ne neewuunya.
And I began to watch and say, Lord, what are you doing in the life of this young man?
natandika okwebuuza Mukama ne nga Mukama ekyokola mu bulamu bw'omulenzi ono.
I can talk about impact and testimonies in so many different countries.
nsobola okwogera ku njawulo n'obugizi mawanga mangi.
Gideon was no longer going to the nations on my ticket.
Gideon yali takyatambulira ku nze nga tugenda mu mawanga.
He was not depending on my name.
era nga teyeesigamye na ku linnya lyange.
The Lord had built a platform for him.
Mukama naye yali amuzimbidde ekituuti.
And when it comes to making friends,
ate ne bwe gutuuka ku okukola emikwano,
I have to say I have to take off my heart for him.
awo ngamba oyo muggyirako nkoofiira.
I'm not that good
siri mulungi mu kukwana
at
mikwano.
making friends.
mukijulira abamu.
And sometimes I would just watch as he interacts with people so easily and so melting in with them.
naye ng'oluusi mwana nga omulabe engeri gyakwataganamu n'abantu n'olabye ddala ng'ebintu bitambula.
I began to talk about to Gideon about the future of WTN.
natandika okwogera ne Gideon ku by'ebiseera by'omu maaso bya WTN.
And told him, you are the successor. After me, you are going to take over the leadership.
era ne mugamba nti owe gunzirira mu bigere nze bw'otandabawo gw'oliwo.
At first, he
So-
struggled with it
yalafuubana nakyo
because in his mind,
kuba mu bwongo bwe
he saw order of Melchizedek going one direction and WTM going another.
yalabanga ng'obweza bwakulembera bukwata lirala n'obwa WTM bukwata
And I
lirala.
gave him the space.
naye ne mugaa kale ne
About a
muwa-
year later,
nga wayise omwaka nga mulamba
came back and began to talk to me about how he sees the two gel
yadda n'aŋŋamba engeri gy'alamu ebibiri nga
and
bikwatagana.
how his heart is ready.
n'amuŋŋamba nga n'omutima gwe bwe gwetegese.
I thought he was not serious, I gave him more time.
Nendowooza nti oba oleo byaliko tabikakasa naye nga kamwongera obudde.
But he kept coming back.
Naye yayongeranga okudda.
And I remember when he brought to me Faith.
Njuka lwe yandeetera Faith.
We met and dinner and what with all the other siblings, but I said, I want to meet with you, just the two of you.
Twalina ekyeggulo n'abato be ne bakulu be naye ne mugamba njagala mbasinkanemu ababiri.
We talked.
Twogera.
And I said, Faith,
Faith,
how much do you love Gideon?
Gideon omwagala kyenkana ki?
And she, of course, confessed she's sold out. I said, Gideon, how much do you love Faith? And I said, Faith, let me tell you something. This is not just another young man. This is a special vessel. He's not even just another preacher. He is a chosen leader. And he is going to lead this ministry after I'm no longer here. Do you know the implication of that? And are you willing to live with it? And I said, it also means you may have 2, 3, 4 homes in Australia, but it will never be your permanent home. Uganda will always have to be your main home. I said, are you ready for that? And she said, yes. I'm ready to make Uganda my home.
You will clap to God for that.
At this moment, what do I feel in my heart? I have been relaxing and saying, slowly I'm going to be pulling out of the work of leading WTM. And I have been sickly a little bit over the last few, I would say 2 years. But in my heart I would say, Lord, let your servant rest in peace. Because you have prepared someone to take over. I know you don't understand what that means. The pain that's there, the vacuum, the helplessness that comes. And to think, Lord, now what? I've got to go back, start building all over again. Now what? It's been a struggle not to lose hope. And I have to say to myself, you are still God. You reign. You have not lost it. I'll trust you, Lord. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to go. I'll trust you. I know it's not been in vain. I know all these years have not been vain sowing and investing. I know that you are in charge. And that's what I feel. I feel, Lord, what is tomorrow bringing? Where am I going? Where is this work going? All these visions we've been sharing with Gideon and talking about this inspiration, what is going to happen to them? I heard one young man say, the fathers don't have faith. They just want to bury him. And I said in my heart, you don't understand. You don't even know what it means to pray for someone to resurrect. It's not a simple expression of your desire. I have been there. I can testify. Beloved, the times we are living in are difficult times. I want to tell you one thing. God is doing a quick work. And if we don't awaken, I see Gideon very much like a Stephen. A Stephen in the Bible. It's a sign of changing times. A sign of changing standards. I may not be able to explain it. Now, one of the questions that Faith asked me from the very first evening, with all the barriers and challenges I went through, with all the challenges in my family, why would he allow me to do that? Come to Uganda, give me a husband, and then take him away. That led my heart to cry, because I had no answer. I had no. That led my heart to cry, because I had no answer. I had no answer, and I thought, Lord, but I have learnt in my life never to ask God why. I began to get what I think. I had no answer, and I thought, Lord, but I have learnt in my life never to ask God why. I began to get what I think are, oh, so this is what you are doing. I just ask you, continue praying with me that God will bring the full understanding. I pray that in the next few days I may be able to meet with I was at the prayer mountain that Gideon called him. Those are not words spoken by a person who is waiting to live another 10 years. With you again. I want to hear more. But he was preparing them very much in the same words as Jesus Christ prepared the apostles. He said, have you understood? Do you promise to stand? Do you promise not to give up the vision? It talks about, I'm going to a place where God's ministers go. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. And when I talked to him, he didn't indicate anything. But when I listen to this, I can't say that is from Satan. I can't say it's from the air. And he did not only talk to Ivan, he said, I want to see you with two others. God, I know. When I see his work, when I see his fingerprints, I recognize them. And I step back and say, only God can do that. So I stand here tonight. I said I'm going to share from my heart. I want to hear more. But he was preparing them very much in the same words as Jesus Christ prepared the apostles. He said, have you understood? Do you promise to stand? Do you promise not to give up the vision? It talks about, I'm going to a place where God's ministers go. What does that mean? What does that mean? I just bowed to the Lord and said, Father, be glorified. I don't understand. And when I talked to him, he didn't indicate anything. But when I listen to this, I can't say that is from Satan. I can't say it's from the air. And he did not only talk to Ivan, he said, I want to see you with two others. God, I know. When I see his work, when I see his fingerprints, I recognize them. And I step back and say, only God can do that. So I stand here tonight. I said I'm going to share from my heart.